running for the position for social sciences and social professions. So let's start with question 1. In 1 minute, please introduce yourself, stating your name, position you are running for, what you study, why did you decide to run, what you bring to the table, what experience you have, and main points from your manifesto.
Hi everyone, I'm Denise Morrison and I'm running for the position of Officer for the School of Social Sciences and Social Professions. I am at the end of my master's program in Health, Social Care Management and Policy. My reason for running this year is to create that vital change for all students. This change will be focusing on education for social justice framework, with the priority on closing the attainment gap for the BAME community receiving good degree levels after completing their studies at London Met.
So my name is Rebecca. I'm running for the full-time officer role for the School of Social Sciences and Social Professions. I'm currently studying social work and I'm student rep for my first year class. Running for this role as I've been trying to impact change as a rep, found some areas for improvement in the way London Met offers chances for student voices to be heard, as well as with student support services. I'd love to be involved in improving these.
Question 2. You will be elected to represent multiple schools when you will only have the experience with one school. How will you ensure that you are able to represent the school that you won't have experience of being a part of?
I will ensure that I'm able to represent schools that I do not have experience in, but being part of an understanding of the different schools simply mean different needs, concerns of individuals, and receiving more knowledge. If I'm able to help a cross-section of students, I am also filling my role as a student leader. If I'm unable to help a particular student, but signpost him or her to who may be able to, consequently, I have fulfilled my role as a student leader. By being available, accessible, treating everyone in fairness, equality, and trust, I am actually fulfilling that role as well. I'm looking forward to challenges on different days, and more interestingly, my opportunity to meet new people.
I would ensure that I'm able to represent other schools and courses by taking the time to listen to students. I'd like to set up regular meetings with class reps, perhaps also try to engage in open door style sessions for students who aren't able to resolve issues with their reps or staff.
Question 3. If the university decided to do something you were against, how would you approach it and what would you do about it?
If the university decides to do something that I'm against, I would approach it by respectfully voicing my opposition and give reasons. I would also be open to listening to the views of others and have dialogue to see how best I can meet in the middle, or how best we can meet in the middle.
I've already encountered a situation where the university has done something I was against. In this setting, I reached out to the relevant staff, set up a few meetings, was glad to find a resolution for those impacted in my class. I'm assuming as an officer, I would take a similar route of action, but it would be a little bit easier for me to dedicate myself to these causes without having the worries, my own studies in the back of my head.
Question 4. What is your stance about moving to a more blended learning approach when the pandemic is over? Is it a risk we will be losing more face-to-face teaching?
My stance on a blended learning is very welcoming. I believe this will allow more mature students to enroll and be able to realize their dreams in education. Also, this form of learning allows more flexibility with working, studying, and other family obligations. There may be some risk in the loss of face-to-face teaching. However, with the use of FaceTime and real-time software programs like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, this is even easily remedied with the ever-evolvement of technology.
When it comes to blended learning, I'm not sure I can take a firm stance. this experience will have been different for so many. It's kind of hard to say what would be right to do moving forward. Certainly as things get back to normal, I would hope we don't lose the ability for the capability of online learning. So for those with disabilities like myself, having the flexibility to learn from home when necessary will make a massive difference. I'm certainly looking forward to finally having some face-to-face learning though.
Question 5. If you could change one thing at the university, assuming all resources and time were not a problem, what would it be?
If I could change one thing at university, it would be the university gaining more partnership and collaborations with high-profile organizations within the UK and also outside the UK. This will provide more guaranteed work experience, for example, in internships.
If I could change one thing about university, it would be the support services. 6 sessions of counselling just isn't enough, and I know personally I've struggled to find anything else available. I think this would be my main priority if I were to become an officer.
Question 6. The London Met demographic is one of the most diverse in the country. How do you propose to cater for everyone's needs?
As the London Met demographic is one of the country's most diverse in, welcoming new students. The population here we have so many people from all over the world. I would cater for everyone's need by influencing change in the curriculum. For example, pedagogy, where more representation of students' identities, culture, religion, and beliefs can be seen. This will enable this transformation in their education by empowering them, the students themselves, to succeed, develop their potential to become inclusive leaders and pioneers of change. Students need to see themselves, their religion, beliefs, and identity being portrayed or represented in their lessons. This would allow them to understand and relate more easily. This allows them to become more engaged in lessons and more able to demonstrate what they have learned through written and verbal assignments.
As London Met's demographic is one of the most diverse in the country, I think I would try to cater to everyone by just listening. My course teaches me a lot about working in anti-oppressive and anti-discriminatory ways, as well as just delving into critical race theory and stuff like that. So I think the more I learn about all of this, the more I learn to just shut my mouth sometimes and listen. Just listen to the experiences of people facing different things than I would face. I think also just drawing on my own experiences of discrimination and difficulty as a queer disabled person, I can bring something important to this role.
And last question, if you're a fruit, what fruit would you be and why?
If I were a fruit, I would be a banana, because a banana is a versatile fruit, likable by many, firm as well as soft at the same time, sweet and filling.
Finally, if I was a fruit, I think I'd be a cloudberry, because it just sounds nice, living in some remote Scandinavian mountain top. Thanks.
On behalf of London Metropolitan University Students' Union, I would like to thank all of our candidates for participating in the SU 2021 elections. Best of luck in the voting week, and thank you for the team as well for putting this together. Don't forget to cast your vote on the London Met SU website from Monday 1st of March to Friday 5th of March. Results will also be announced on Friday 5th of March. You can follow us for all the information and important updates on Instagram and Twitter at London Met SU. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.